He appears to be unconscious. Inspect the wounds, leave him alone. Inspect the wounds. In addition to the bruising and laceration on his face, Ulcerano's jaw is broken. It would not be possible to open his mouth to administer a healing potion. Okay. There you go. Man, how effective is this? 6 to 15 HP on, or 1 second on touch? Okay. About now. Ulcerano is sleeping quietly. He looks to be making a full recovery. Well, it is, it's like magic, huh? It's like magic.
I see this
okay.
suits you. We welcome you freely, Outland.
Oh, now you do, huh? Now you do.
Ooze is recovering. Good. Doesn't mean that I trust you, Enwa. Tell your master that your job here is done.
Goodbye. Okay. I'm here for Ulz, Enwa. I don't want to talk to you. Dude, I love this. I love this shit. That's right, you fucking racist, xenophobic pieces of shit. Y'all are gonna get free healthcare and you're gonna fucking like it! When we had last left the Nerevarine, well, they traveled along the coastline of the Thir River where they decided to, or the banks of the Thir River, where they decided to check out some Daedric ruins, which actually didn't bear much fruit whatsoever, at least for now. There was mystery afoot, and the Mages Guild was on the scene, as well as some others, but really nothing much else for the time being. Now they found themselves back in Hlan Owick, where they signed up with the local tribunal temple, where they also decided to do a whole bunch of work for the people there and around it, which involved them going to go collect a whole bunch of donations from people and pilgrims in the area of the town, as well as looking for a lost amulet, which had apparently fallen down into the terrifying sewers beneath the city. This is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Tamriel Rebuilt. This is Morrowind Mondays. Welcome back. There we are. Let us head on down here into the sewers, huh? Do a quick save. Yeah, God, no matter what, I can't seem to fix the screen tearing issue. I have no idea what causes it. I guess it's just something I'm gonna have to put up with for a bit. Okay. Let's see, so down here, we have been down here a little bit before. Where's this go to? Oh, it goes back out. Okay. Get my spear at the ready just in case. And you know what? Let's get a torch out too, just for good measure. Okay. And we did also encounter some spooky dudes down here. Probably Kamanatong entirely. Let's see, that goes to the council club. Here, let me go a different route. Yeah, let's walk around this section. Okay, let me adjust this a bit. Okay, that'll do. Lovely. So that's the council club. No, that's where, yeah, that's where I just came in from the grate. Which, if the amulet did fall down here, it's not down here now. Right? Okay. Maybe the hint as well is that it's enchanted. Think about that. Because remember, the guy said that he blessed it with an enchant. Yeah. Okay, that said that is not. That's probably an enemy. A creature. Yeah, I have detect animal. Yeah, the one dude blessed it. So it should show up with detect enchantment. Very clever, Tamriel Rebuilt. Very clever way to convey that he did bless it. Which, that said, I don't know, technically isn't an enchant, you know. Enchanting does exist in a more normal fashion. Okay. Oh, there.
Go away.
It's Inus Nithrion.
Go away. This isn't a safe place for outlanders.
Goodbye. Okay, well, I may just go through myself. Alright, there's the council club. Sure, I can get through here. Oh, there's a dead-ass person. It's Gnaeus Barossa. They took his shoes. Letter from Gnaeus. Dear Nodgar, I hope this letter finds you in the best of spirits. I have to admit that before I read your last message, doubts began to creep into my mind that our plan might be rash and ill-considered. However, your wise and educated words have completely rejuvenated my fervor. You're completely right. Vardenfell is a land of opportunity, and we would be utter fools to let the opportunity slip by. Moreover, there's no reason why we should let the greedy bankers of the Empire be the only ones who profit from it. Mining is as simple as taking a pickaxe and hitting a rock, and there are plenty of interested buyers outside the official channels. Money doesn't grow on trees, but ebony on Vardenfell sure seems to, considering what you've told me. I've tried to convince some of my other friends to join us in our venture. I mean, it would be selfish not to share the ticket to wealth with them, right? Unfortunately, they stubbornly refused to hear what I had to say. They even tried to talk me out of selling my house to fund our mine. But honestly, if they don't believe it, or don't get it, I don't have time to try to convince them. Once we're rich, maybe they'll finally understand the depths of their foolishness and beg us to join them. I'm just a bit worried about the locals, though. I went for a drink at the local council club, and the Dark Elves were giving me some funny looks at first. They seemed more amenable once I paid for their drinks, though. One rough-looking fellow even helped me get back to my room at the local temple after I had a bit too much to drink. He also seemed quite interested in our plan and wished us good fortune. Even gave me a bit of that moon sugar to try. Let me tell you, it sure does pack a punch. Unfortunately, I must have dropped my purse somewhere along the way. It's not a huge loss, though. I kept most of my money safely stashed away. I'm about to leave Hlan soon. Can't wait to join you in Old Ebonheart and finally depart for Vardenfell. Kind regards, Gnaeus. Okay. I found the body of someone called Gnaeus in the sewers of Hlan. He had a letter addressed to a person named Nodgar in Old Ebonheart on him. According to the letter, the two were business partners who were planning to get it on it's probably a typo. To get in on the mining boom at Vardenfell. Okay. Anything else around here? Little bottle. Oh, hey, there's some enchanted items up there, too. So what does this go to? Western sewers. Uh-oh. There's some of the tong here. There's a door. Oh. Sova Sith. Go away, or I'll put 4 inches of steel in your guts. Okay. We're cool. I'm leaving. I'm probably going to need to stealth past them. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Oh, this door's trapped and locked. Okay. Whew. Hlan lab key. They got a skooma lab down here, huh? Of course.
Go away.
Oh, whoops. Yep. Hlan lab key. Wow! Holy shit! Okay. Oh, God!
Die, fetcher! Die, fetcher!
Whew! Holy shit. Do you think her amulet actually fell down here, or she wanted me to go down here and discover the skooma lab and the, like, slaves being forced to make skooma? Torvain and Drelo. Okay. Well, I mean, we should, of course, eat all of the drugs down here, right? I mean, when in Rome, right? Right, you know, if I'm going to do a good deed, I may as well have a little reward. Drugs. Okay. A steel dagger, good skooma pipe. Okay, so the enchanted icons on my map were actually their slave bracers and weapons. Empty vials for the skooma, I'm sure. Cork bulb, bolt, chitin bolt, a lot of empty ones. Hlan Oic code book. Oh shit. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's indecipherable to me. I'm taking it. An Alchemist's Guide to Skooma. Wow, oh my gosh, it's quite the read. Alright, I'll take that for later. Ripened belladonna berries, nightshade. Okay. Do we canonically know the recipe for making skooma? Maybe we do. I'm assuming skooma is brand new for Morrowind. You know, I'm assuming it did not exist in Daggerfall. Maybe Moonsugar did, but I would assume that skooma is brand new for here.
Can you ask your question quickly? I must be going.
Okay. Golly. What a wild hat.
You
Ken
wish
Ver
to speak?
and Janice Silberfane. Hello, Ken Ver.
Do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let us go free?
Sure, I'll let you go free.
You have the key. Will you let me go free?
I will let you go free.
Yes, Ken Ver is free. You are a good friend of Ken Ver.
Okay, sure. I mean, should we have let him go free? I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have. Because we have been pretty shitty about this before. That said, we also don't have a quest at present. And there's so much moonsugar here, it's unreal. There's a poop bucket as well. Janice Silberfane. Do you have the key to these bracers? Will you let us go free? Sure, I'll let you go free. Here you go. Yes, you have the key. Will you let me go free? Now I'm free. Thank you, Lyle Schnub. You know of the twin lamps? They say the twin lamps bring slaves hope, but Morrowind is part of the Empire. If even the Legion won't intervene, what hope is there? Okay. Anything else in here? Empty vials. Ooh. This is where they reside, I suppose. Some nasty stuff. Okay.
Are you the one known as the Nerever?
I sure am. Well, I guess not really. I'm the Nera Varine. you get your part way there. Okay. Uh-oh. Tracking an enemy moving. Look at that on the map. Okay. Sure. Well, this asshole over here is definitely going to attack now, right? Oh, wow, they didn't. Holy shit. So what doors have we got? Western sewers. Basement. Western sewers again. You know what? Fuck it. Let's get into fights with them. If we need to.
Your wounds are great.
I think yours are greater, bud. Okay. 300 big ones. A light amulet. Dwarven spear and halberd. Okay, some other illicit goods. A cache's lock splitter? Wow. Good way to get into that door if that's guaranteed loot. Cleverly placed item. Another Akash's lock splitter, some Flynn. More money. Surprising amount of money here. Okay. Sure, let's go over here to the left. Oh, it's a slaughterfish. Wow, my spear reaches very far. Okay. There goes a Ratulon. See, weren't there more Tong members through here? Yeah, like right when I come in here. Aren't they in one of these little alcoves? I guess not. Okay, and that's Western Sewers again. Oh, whoops. Check over here. Sewer apartment. There's sewer people? Okay. Lock level 50. My key doesn't work on it. Let's check further down here. Another grate. Where's that pop us out at? Outside, but where? Oh, in the water right here. Okay, in the Thier. Cool. Okay, so let's do a quick pick. Nobody in here. A skooma pipe. Okay. Rat meat. Treasure chest. Some more skooma on the floor. Okay. Man, it's got to be said, I really do enjoy the Kamana Tong as a villain group. They're fantastic. Let's check this sewer apartment. I don't know what they say. Oh. Hello. Yalazi Rothari.
For the right price.
What are you doing here?
You are not one of my usual neighbors. How interesting.
What do you do? Oh, you sell pigs. Your background?
I am Gelasi Rothari, assassin.
Oh, wow, okay. Tell me about the Tong?
Me? No.
What's your trade?
With all due respect, that is none of your business. But since you're here anyway, I am willing to sell you some of the tools of my trade.
Okay. What do you think of House Indoril?
House Indoril are one of the 5 great houses of Morrowind. They once controlled the west bank of the Thier River too, before the rise of House Lalu. Recently, tensions between the two houses have been high, and rumors are we might see a house war waged across the river.
Can I admire you more? And get... Oh, okay. No, nothing new. Yeah, I think he's telling the truth.
Outlander.
You must be part of another quest.
Would you have need of my service?
Or you're just a mysterious underground assassin. Okay, well. Let me get a torch readied here. And let's head into the western sewers, which are kind of demarcated by way of the typical graffiti you would expect. Kamana Tong graffiti. Barrel of pants. A Morrowind staple. Okay. Sure. There's someone. I'm sure they will attack on sight in the western sewers, no? Could you imagine if they don't? We still haven't found the amulet, too. Well, I have no qualms with killing these terrible people.
Go
Hello?
away.
Leave. Your kind aren't welcome down here, Enwa.
But there's a couple dudes there. The sewers are definitely set up in a way in which you could sneak by all of them. Even without some sort of chameleon or whatever. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sure, so where's that? The pawnbroker. That goes out to Hlan itself. Okay. Ah, there's the amulet. Holy shit. I do appreciate that they use the lighter colored amulet, but definitely, yeah, the biggest benefit is having detect enchantment. Dropped amulet, it's called. It's a feather one, too. Decent enough, I guess. Okay. I guess if we need to pick a door to come out of, we should come out of the pawnbroker. Feel like that could be the most fun.
Go away.
Oh, oh shit. Accidentally hit spacebar right as dialogue popped up. Eastern sewers again. Oh shit, there's a Kamanatong guard here. Look, if I can sneak by him, so be it, but...
Go away.
Go away, or I'll put 4 inches of steel in your guts.
Try me, bud. Okay. Actually, you know what? Maybe I want that. Can I actually pick right here? I feel like you're gonna see me big time. No, maybe not. Oh shit, I have to go back to get the door. Oh fuck, it opens the other way. Oh god, I'm stuck. Okay. Okay, we're definitely going to fight. Oh, not yet. Ooh, holy shit. Okay. Wow. Dwemer rubber? Holy shit, what the fuck am I looking at? Ebony signet ring. Pawnbroker's note. Ebony signet ring. Dalen Kren. 300 drakes. Not paid yet. Dwemer scrap right bracer. Scrap helmet. I think we'd seen the scrap helmet before. Some Dwemer coins, mugs. Various potions. I'll drink one just for fun. It makes sense that the Kamanatong would be also interested in trading Dwemer items and stuff like that that have been outlawed by the Empire. Because why would they give a shit? There's some skooma smuggled in with the crate. A bunch of goblets and stuff. Dwarven claymore. Okay. Bone mold armor. Dreg hunter helm. Cool. Dreg pauldrons, left and right. Okay. Yeah, the Dreg hunter helm has the same look as our current one, but the water breathing on it is a cast when used rather than constant effect. Ground drum pear seeds. You know what? I'm gonna keep those there just in case that's a quest item for later. Right, same goes for the signet ring. Okay, I'll pick it up. Did I get a quest update? No, I didn't. Okay. So I'll place it back. Alrighty. Let's head on up. I don't think I've yet even been into the pawnbroker's house like normally. Better quick save in case they somehow detect me through the floor. It has happened before. Take some Flynn, and let's get a pick at the ready. Wonderful. Whoa, look at that person's armor. Is that the heavy chitin set?
Dead? How was I I supposed to know it was sleeping?
Guide to Ancestral Tombs, King Helseth, a biography. The Gospel of St. Veloth version, or volume 1 and 2. Ooh. Okay. And Grasping Fortune, the update's name. I love that they have that. That's the name of the update and there's a book.
Get out of here.
What? Hello? Ladina Gerer? Have you got a problem with me? Because I have a problem with you. I don't like your attitude, so stay away from me. I still don't like you, and I still don't want to talk to you. Let's see if I can change your mind. Okay, well, that didn't work out. Okay, how about now? Yeah, there we go. 89 is good enough. Background? My name is Lodina Gerer, and I own this precious collection of relics. Wouldn't you like to own some as well, Sarah? Collection of relics? I have here the hand of Saint Rorus, cruelly ripped from her body by Imperial soldiers when she was martyred for her faith. Isn't that like... Listen. I've played Pentiment. I don't know much about saints in real life, but I have played Pentiment. Isn't there a real life, like, hand or gauntlet of some sort of saintly figure? Or a minor saintly figure? Right? Doesn't that exist in, like, Catholicism or something? I'm sure you've seen her shrines. Or can I interest you in this set of Daedric cutlery, used by the three good Daedra when they hosted a feast for Saint Nerevar on Mount Kand? It's said their owner will never feel hunger again, or the Staff of Chaos that almost laid waste to all of... Look. I haven't played Daggerfall. Or was it Arena? I think it was Daggerfall. But I know enough Elder Scrolls lore to know of the Staff of Chaos. Perhaps this collection of bone meal from St. Velos' father, mother, and trusty Pakguar? Oh, can I eat that? I can ask you about killing and murder. Killing is justifiable when you can get away with it, and it serves your purposes. Very topical, Lodina Gerer. Okay. Silver Flame Sword. Silver Spark Axe. Steel Spark Mace. Shield of Wounds. What an odd shield. It has only 10 charge. So unless you have really high enchant, you're only going to be using this like once. Maybe twice. Belt of Iron Will, Fortify Speed. Another Belt of Iron Will. What? Why are these both called Belt of Iron Will? Okay. I guess, you know what? That is an oddity. That is an oddity worth collecting. The one that fortifies willpower ought to be the correct one, no? Second barrier belt. So where's the fucked up cool shit? Where's all your cool stuff at? A Boethian, Azuran Spoon, Boethian Dagger. Genuine Staff of Chaos. Wow. I'm surprised it's not worth more. Muatra. Okay. Befallen Table Spear. There are 2 types of iron broadswords. Okay. They didn't mention Muatra being for sale here. This is for the real ones, huh? Right? Like, I would assume that if you have the wherewithal and the grit to install Tamriel Rebuilt, you know what Muatra is. This has meaning for you. You know? I feel like you would know. Because there's a certain threshold of information that you know about Elder Scrolls to be able to get into this. Oh, look, yeah. Hand of Saint Rorus. Soap. Are any of these other things really weird? Second Empire coin. Veteran Warrior Soldier. Yeah, the Gospel of St. Veloth, Bug Lamp. I don't know if I should buy these things or not. A Dwemer Disc. Okay. Well, you know what? I am definitely going to buy the Gospel of St. Veloth. We haven't read that. Great. And then, let's see. Don't I have some? Yeah, I have some exquisite rings I can sell. Perfect. Goodbye. How about you, Emil Veteran? Whoa.
Make your purchase and then leave, Outlander.
Oh, I can't even convince him to love me. Sure. Zurin's spoon. It's all just right here. Hand of Saint Rorus. Where's Muatra? Is Muatra back here? Yeah, this is Muatra. And the genuine Staff of Chaos. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, look at this. Netch Leather Stalker Helm has like the Sam Fisher shit going on. Okay. We're having fun. We're having fun here. Of course she's got drugs down here because it's all a front. It's a front and a scam. A 2-for-1 special. Okay. Can I get in here? There we go. Can't believe I didn't get detected, especially with the torch out, you know? Banker's Bet. That goes outside. A broom. A little chest, which has defied all reason and is floating. Filled with expensive clothing. Sure. A pillow. Nothing much. Some soap. A lit meat asham. Chitin longsword. Okay. Dude, I love that. I love the little scam place. Oh god, the way the music just immediately changed as soon as I exited. It was a little worrisome. Okay, now who was it again that wanted this amulet? Oh yeah. Gami Nervion. Who is staying at the temple. She's not formally part of the temple quest arc, but she's staying there with her partner.
Please
okay,
join
bud,
me.
I don't like that you're staying right there. That was a little spooky. I thought we were in some deep doo-doo there. Oh shit, can I get up here normally? There we go. Look, we're just gonna have to make do. Okay, let's get some speed. And... are you down here? Yeah. Hello.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
You're in luck. I found your amulet. It's so kind of you to look for my lost amulet. Yep, here it is. Have you found it? I found this amulet in the sewers. Is this it? Could you imagine if this wasn't it? It is. Oh, blessings of the three on you, bootlegger. Please take this and my thanks. Now Ernil and I can finally get a move on to Almasthir. I know he'll be relieved. More on your amulet? It's such a small thing. Not very valuable. At least, not to most people. Okay, and what do you have to say,
Say
Ernil?
what you want or go away.
I found the amulet.
I can't believe you found it. Thanks to you, our pilgrimage to Necrom can continue.
Do you think they'll show up in Almasthir with another quest? Maybe she loses her amulet again. Or some other fun item. Maybe he loses something. God, that would be so cool. God, that's what they need. That's what they need. If not here, if not this, once everywhere along Velos Path is implemented, you should be able to, like, walk along Velos Path from start to finish, and there's, like, a fun quest arc, right? Where every town, every major town along the way, you meet with this group or an individual, you know? Oh, It writes itself. I'm sure someone, if not already, I'm sure someone has it planned. You know, it writes itself. That's so fun. Okay. Let's get on over to, what's their butt? For the donations. It was up here, right? At the obelisk, I think. Was it you?
How wonderful. Welcome,
Bulnora Omani? No, it was not you. Okay. How about you, Hlan Faravel?
Sarah?
What brings you to Larnoic? You walking Velos Path too?
Oh, you got your donation. Okay. Must be the dude down in the main room. Or no, all the way in the bottom floor, perhaps. Well, let's check with you. Is it you?
This land suits you.
Oh, here we go.
We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Hello, disciple. Your current task is to collect donations for the temple. How's that going?
Well, it's going great.
You've collected 250 drakes so far, disciple. Are you finished?
I am.
Well done, disciple. Keep a little for yourself. You've earned it.
Oh my gosh, she gave me like... he gave me 200 and just took 50. This feels wrong. Right? You've given me too much. Right? I feel like this is wrong to take it. Everybody gave to me. Like I could see it being the other way around. Like I get 50 for my trouble. Right? That's my payment for the labor. But otherwise, 200? Oh my gosh. How much is that? That's like, what, 5 times as much? No, 4 times. Yeah, 4 times as much as the temple is getting? Okay. Well, how about those donations?
Fear not, disciple. The donations you collected are being put to good use.
Okay. Well, how about some more duties?
This is an urgent matter. I need you to attend to Ulz Hirano.
Who is Ulz Hirano?
His friends brought him in, gravely wounded. I don't know what happened to him. I need you to go down and heal him with this spell I will teach you.
Nivis teaches you a spell to heal others.
He's been taken to the staff quarters downstairs for some privacy. Here, you'll need this key.
Heal companion. Dude, I love the like either Mage's Guild, but especially the Temple, or even Imperial Cult quests that teach you spells like this. I love that. Okay, tell me more about Ulz Hirano.
Have you healed him yet? This is urgent, disciple.
Okay. Staff quarters downstairs for privacy. I go there, he's got like corpus. I have to kill him. He's turning into a fucking monster man.
Get out of here.
Oh god, oh shit. This guy says,
Hey, trespasser. What are you doing in here, Enwa?
I'm here to heal Ulz Hirano. Nothing in particular. I'm here to heal Ulz Hirano.
I'll never understand you outlanders and your jokes. Ulz needs a temple healer, not a jester.
I see what we're doing. Okay, I am a member of the temple. I'll be going then. I am a member.
Then this place has really gone to the Nix hounds. Don't you dare lay your filthy outlander hands on him, or there'll be trouble.
Okay. Oh, what the fuck, man?
I know Ulz Hirano. He's my closest friend. And if I know anything about him, it's that he wouldn't want an outlander like you anywhere near him.
Okay. Sure. Can I persuade you at all? I sure can. How about now?
We've been through real battles together, fought against your imperial assaults on our pride. I'm not going to let you touch him.
He's very badly hurt and needs immediate attention. I need you to let me heal him. What would it take to convince you to let me heal him? Aside from all the money I just gave you, what would it take?
Why does it have to be you? Bring me a healing potion and I'll do it myself.
All right, well, I've got a healing potion right here. I don't have any healing potions. Okay, yeah, I've got one right here.
It's no use. I've tried giving him water and he can't drink a thing.
Well, okay, same here, but different now. If he isn't healed soon, he could die. He can't be healed with a potion. My magic is the only way.
You're right. I know you are. Fine. You can do your magic. Fala and I won't interfere.
Oh, you're with him. I'm here for Ulz Enwa. I don't want to talk to you. Okay. Hippocratic oath, baby. Okay, just out of curiosity. What if I kill him? Okay. Okay, it's very illegal. Wait, he didn't even die. He didn't even die. Okay. All right. Just wondering what would happen. Oh. Okay. Ulz Hirano is breathing shallowly. His face is a mess of cuts and bruises. He appears to be unconscious. Inspect the wounds, leave him alone. Inspect the wounds. In addition to the bruising and laceration on his face, Ulz Hirano's jaw is broken. It would not be possible to open his mouth to administer a healing potion. Okay. There you go. Man, how effective is this? 6 to 15 HP? Or 1 second on touch? Okay. About now. Ulz Hirano is sleeping quietly. He looks to be making a full recovery. Well, it is, it's like magic, huh? It's like magic.
I see this
Okay.
land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Oh, now you do, huh? Now you do.
Ulz is recovering. Good. Doesn't mean that I trust you, Enwa. Tell your master that your job here is done.
Goodbye. Okay. I'm here for Ulz Enwa. I don't want to talk to you.
What?
Dude, I love this. I love this shit. Okay, let's head on up here. That's right, you fucking racist, xenophobic pieces of shit. Y'all are gonna get free healthcare and you're gonna fucking like it! Alright, Nippus, I did it. I healed him up.
How is Ulz Hirano doing?
He's doing a lot better.
Well done, disciple. Ulz Hirano will be back on his feet in no time. You can take these. A pleasant scent might help you win some more friends in Hlanoic. Now, are you ready for more duties?
Pleasant scent. My guy gives me a fucking sick-ass new fragrance. Oh my gosh, what is this, fucking Irish green tweed? Or what's it called? You got me polo blue? Okay. Show me the duties.
I have duties for you, disciple. I need you to help the pilgrims on Velos Path.
Okay, well, how about, can I ask about Ulz again real quick?
He is doing much better now, thanks to you.
Okay, how about helping pilgrims?
This is the kind of work those donations you collected allow us to do. The section of the path southwest of Hlanoic is hilly, and pilgrims often stop to rest at the harp near Raran ancestral tomb, southwest of Hlanoic. But that area is home to some dangerous wildlife. I need you to get these potions of restore fatigue and hand them out to pilgrims who need them. The sooner they can get to the safety of our walls, the better.
Man, I love this so much. Right? I always have such a soft spot for the like religious faction quests. I don't know. I guess I've always been like enthused by religious depictions in games, especially when it's afforded like the proper amount of nuance, you know, rather than just being like, well, all religious things in this game are either completely good or completely bad, you know? I like it when they're like realistically nuanced as it works in real life, you know? Where here we're actually doing some good shit for people, right? This is like They're not fucked up and corrupt unlike the other one, which I do like that too. I did really like the ones where they were super fucked up and corrupt. That was super cool, right? If anything, I would really enjoy... Obviously, this is tough because you would have to put out some sort of mandate throughout the entire mod, but I would love it if every single Tribunal Temple quest had, like, the 2 routes, you know, no matter what, to where you're actually, like, an honest person of the faith, or you could be someone who's, like, completely, like, yeah, I recognize that the Tribunal faith is completely fucked up, and that's why I'm joining it, right? Because I, too, am fucked up. You know, I love the idea of that. God, I really also want, because that's probably a pipe dream, I would love it if there was another, like, Tribunal Temple area where you kind of mesh with, what do you call it? The Imperial cult, or even the Legion, you know, where, like, the local Imperial cult is out of supplies, or, for whatever reason, they've been annihilated, or they're just not present, and thus a bunch of Legionnaires have to turn to the local Tribunal Temple for healing. And the inverse as well would be very cool. The way you would probably handle that is maybe like Ordinators or Boolean Armigers. Or no, even better than that. Because Ordinators aren't terribly sympathetic because they're so fucking fashy. Right? But some Great House Indoril people, right? People who are like either nobility or politicians, or even like boots on the ground guards or whatever in Great House Indoril. Oh my gosh, I would love it if they showed up to, like, the fucking Tribunal Temple, or like I said, to the Imperial cult, right? I would love it if they showed up to the Imperial cult, and you working in the Imperial cult, you were like, well, all right, we may be Outlanders, but, you know, we're gonna heal you up or whatever, right? I love the idea of the, like, culture clash, because it plays into what Morrowind is already so fucking good at its core, right? Which is having a shitload of cultures and even more finely and well-defined subcultures, right? It already gets into what's been established in the core game. But, you know, in true Tamriel Rebuilt fashion, Tamriel Rebuilt's motto and slogan may as well be just like, we're allowing what they did in the core game a chance to actually shine and be present in the game. You know, I can't help but think of recently in our Oblivion remastered playthrough, and we've sort of been remarking on sort of the shortcomings of Oblivion itself, how either things were cut for time or for disk space, or was just oversight, right? Was just maybe short-shrifted in some form or another for whatever reason. And how it's a damn shame how, like, in Oblivion, there's a lot of talk behind the scenes about how there should be, like, subcultures present, as they are in Morrowind, and shit, as they are in Skyrim. Subcultures and differences between those in the Niben, right, in the Nibene area of Cyrodiil, and those present in Colovia, the Colovian Highlands. But in practice, in the game, it's completely never addressed and is borderline completely indistinguishable. It begins and ends at, like, ambient small talk between NPCs, little rumors or whatever, and a few, like, bits of text. You never actually get to explore that in a meaningful quest. I mean, you don't even really get to explore that in an unmeaningful quest, right? But this is where it does exist here in Morrowind, and Tamriel Rebuilt is more often than not exploiting, because that's more of a negative connotation. I mean, technically that is what they're doing, right? But not in that sense. They see where it could do with, like, shoring up, right? Like, you're addressing the fact, like, yeah, this is really good and cool. We are people who enjoy Morrowind in some way, and we're going to try to work to sort of bring forward some of our own favorite parts through this, like, mod, you know? It's fantastic. It's fantastic stuff. Anyway, sorry. We're getting very far off track. Anyway, yeah. Helping Pilgrims. Help the Pilgrims.
Deliver those potions of restore fatigue to the pilgrims on Velos Path, southwest of Hlan. Just follow the path from the south gate, and you'll reach the harp before long.
Okay. Other duties?
I've already assigned you duties, disciple. Have you forgotten them?
No, I haven't forgotten them. Okay, it's probably those pilgrims that we had met before. No? Head on out. Oh shit, this fucking asshole.
Kinsman of House Lalu, what can I do for you?
Can I jump up? Let's see, can I do this without levitating? Hell yes, I can. Right when he moves. Right when his ass moves. Okay, southwest. Yeah, it's exactly where we were thinking, I believe. No? By the harp? What did the Nerevarine write about this? I told Master Serathrin that Ul's Hirana was healed. He rewarded me with some vials of Telvanni bug musk. Master Serathrin has asked me to help the pilgrims walking Velos Path. He's given me some potions of restore fatigue and wants me to see if there are any pilgrims around the gourd harp southwest of Hlan who might need them. And I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before in this playthrough. But my god, if you're like me and you enjoy video games with very cool and fun nuanced depictions of religion and faith, you should absolutely play Pentiment. Right? You should either play it or at the very least watch yours truly play it. but for real, it is very good at what it does. Right? Honestly, the only thing that I can think of just off the top of my head that comes close to sort of having a similar depiction in that way is Morrowind, you know? Or I guess Elder Scrolls overall, right? Elder Scrolls overall has a pretty nuanced depiction of faith, right? I think what really sends Pentiment above and beyond most other things, even probably stuff I haven't played, is that it's real world shit, right? Okay. Oh, there.
Please
Is this
join
the
me.
gourd? I think it was. Remian Nedalus.
Is there something else I can do for you? We are resting here before continuing on with our pilgrimage.
Well, here you go. I've got some help for you all on your resting journey.
Yes, I am a pilgrim. What help are you offering?
An invigorating potion.
Why, thank you, Sarah. This is exactly what I needed to keep me going. If you're handing these out to pilgrims, I saw two going up into Raren Ancestral Tomb not long ago. That's the one just up the stairs over there.
Oh, okay. Well, they may be dead. If they should not have gone into an ancestral tomb. How many of these do I have? I've got 3. Do you need one?
You seem to be doing all right for yourself. What can I do for you?
Help the pilgrims? I'm not a pilgrim, but my employer is. Have a potion anyway? You're not a pilgrim, though. Huh. I think in the spirit of the tribunal, right? Right, I feel like this is something that we would do. Right, if we're actually being genuinely kind here, we would give you a potion anyway. That is very kind of you. The charity of the tribunal faith has been one of the surprises of this job. Ah, I like that. Okay. Nishahi.
What are you doing here? Can you let Nishahi go free?
I can't, but I can give you a restore fatigue potion.
Though Nishahi walks this road, Nishahi is no pilgrim.
Have a potion anyway.
The Dark Elf will give this to Nishahi? This is good. Nishahi is very tired.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. I do like that this is, you know, we have 3 different variations of people on the pilgrim's path here, on the on St. Velos Road. Someone who is
I see this.
genuinely a pilgrim,
We welcome you
right?
freely.
But he is kind of a rich asshole, right? He is kind of a spoiled brat, dickhead piece of shit. But so too is there someone who
Greetings,
is
friend.
like
I'm
out
up
here
for
doing hard
conversation,
work,
if you care to talk.
right? Doing like escort mercenary duty, but isn't of the faith, right? Isn't of the Tribunal Temple faith, but could definitely benefit from a potion. And then we have an even further case where this person is literally a slave. This person is literally enslaved by the person who is a pilgrim, right? And they're, well, very obviously, perhaps, the most in dire need of the fatigue potion, no? Okay, well, now I only have one left. Hopefully they're all dead. Hopefully. Right, now that I've given away potions to everybody here, hopefully the two who went inside here are dead. Because I ain't got any more, really. Alright, let me mark this as cleared preemptively. There we go. Good. Oh. Oh there.
What is this about?
Milas Rarin. It's good with you. Okay. Oh, there? Oh, you surprised me. I heard the door and I thought you might be someone else. Who? What? You're expecting someone else? What's your background? I am Milas Rarin, a pilgrim on Velos Path. I'm visiting my family's ancestral tomb, together with my brother. Help the pilgrims. Oh, thank goodness. I'm a pilgrim and I really need your help. My brother Malkur left a little while ago. He said that he was going down to the water to cool off. But I didn't expect him to be gone this long. I'm worried that something has happened to him. Can you help me? I can give you this potion. I can find your brother. Yeah, you're not in need of the potion. You're already resting, I guess. I'll find your brother, or at least try to. You can. Oh, thank you, Sarah. His name is Malkur Rarin. Maybe the pilgrims by the gourd, harp, saw where he went? Tell me more of him. It's his own stupid fault for getting lost. We were arguing about what to leave our great-great-grandmother, and it got heated. And once it gets like that, even Lady Almalexia couldn't stop us. So he walked out, saying he wanted to cool off. The last thing I said to him was, I hope you trip on a root and break your neck. Oh, I do hope he's not hurt. Help the pilgrims? If you can, find my brother. That's all the help I need. How's your search going? I haven't found him yet. Please hurry. I don't know how I'll live with myself if he's been hurt. Maybe the pilgrims by the gourd harp saw where he went. Okay, fuck it. I guess we're going to immediately go down there then. Sounds like there's more people here. Oh, these are locked up tight. Ooh. There was a monster man on the other side. Okay, I better not go in there. Okay. Sure. Let's go chat with the other pilgrims. Hey, did you three see some guy come by and trip on a root and break his neck? I'm looking for that.
A warm welcome to you.
Okay. Have you seen Malkur Rarin?
Is he one of the pilgrims visiting the tomb at the top of those stairs? There was a man and a woman. I haven't seen either of them leave, but now that you mention it, I did hear a sort of yelp from the swamps below. I thought it was the cry of some creature, but if it was this Malkur Rarin fellow, then you'd best hurry. It was not a happy sound.
Okay. What about
Greetings,
you?
Friend. I'm up for conversation.
You know about
if you
this
care to talk.
Malkur guy? A pilgrim from the tomb. I saw one of them, male, come down the stairs, but then a group of pilgrims on the road from Hlan caught my attention. He's a fool if he went down into the swamps. There are trolls lurking in the mangroves. Okay. What about you? Nishahi? Have you seen Malkur Rarin go by?
Nishahi saw the dark elf go down the slope on the other side of this harp to the water. But where the dark elf went from there, Nishahi does not know.
Okay. Well, let's go have a look. I'll pull out a torch. There may be a troll down here as well. There's a million damn crabs. Okay. Uh-oh. You think he's on this little islet surrounded by crab? His ass might be dead. Okay. There's another cave or two. Oh shit, here's a troll. Dude, the trolls blend in so well with the mangrove roots. Right? Oh my god. Swamp troll. Look at its fucked up eye. Okay. Well, there's some water here and a fish. And our spear abilities are getting so good. It's unreal. Is that a guy over there? I don't think so. I think it's just a strange shroomage. Sponge lotus. What did they do? Oh, restore fatigue. Lovely. Yeah, maybe he went into this? There's evidence of someone having been here. Sasamsi egg mine. I'll mark it as cleared. Okay. I bet there is something bad in here. Quama malt? Quama chitin? What the hell? Is chitin equipment made from Quama? Okay. Oh shit. There's a swamp troll inside. The fucking animations are so dope. Okay. Oh shit. Oh hey, they can't fit through. The trolls are too dang big. Lovely. Troll fat, of course. Okay. What's this? Another Quama malt? Yeah. Oh, a Quama malt isn't a being. It's literally like it's malted carapace. You know, like bugs do. Great. How about over here? Oh, did this one have a name? No, a disease swamp troll. Alright. That doesn't look very nice. Oh, hey! Is this our man? How are you still alive?
Wealth beyond
Malkor Rarin. Oh my god, I thought you had died. Got a pick in here and everything. How are you still alive? What happened to your shoes? Did you eat your own shoes?
Oh, praise Sivi. You found me. Are the trolls gone?
Background?
I am Malkor Rarin, a pilgrim on Velos Path. I was visiting my family's ancestral tomb together with my sister.
So you are Malkor?
Yes, that's me. You found me.
I'm here to help you.
Yes, I am a pilgrim in need of help. I was visiting my family's ancestral tomb together with my sister Milas. It's on the other side of Velos Path, where the gourd harp is. I was only trying to get some fresh air, and then one of those lumbering beasts jumped me by the water. I fled into this cave, but there were even more of them. I'm trapped in here. Please, can you help me?
Okay. I'm here to offer you a potion. I will escort you to the exit. Wait here for now. Alright, I will escort you.
What a relief. I'll be right behind you, Lyle Schnub. Please be careful. I think I can still hear footsteps.
Okay, don't worry. I'll fuck them up. Are there actually still more in here? Maybe they're gonna spawn in. Let me do a quick save. True enough, I didn't fully clear the whole dungeon yet.
Lead the way, Lyle Schnub. I can't wait to get out of this troll-infested hole.
Okay. Coast is clear. Uh-oh. Coast is not clear. Holy shit, bud. You need to chill. Whew, he got knocked down. Oh my god. Okay. Hang on, let me heal companion on you. Whew, look at that. Good thing we got that spell. They knew what they were doing when they were putting this shit together. Okay, and I'll slowly heal myself up too, just in case we get another one right before the exit. Alright. Lovely. Coronati Basin Region.
Thank you for getting me out of there. I can make my way back to my family's tomb, and my sister on my own now. She must be worried about me, and if she is not, she should be, because if she hadn't been so unreasonable, I would have never stormed off like that, and then this whole thing wouldn't have happened.
I have an invigorating potion here.
Oh, that's exactly what I need. Thank you very much, Lyle Schnub. You are truly a lifesaver.
Okay. Help you?
You've helped me plenty today, Sarah.
Never mind.
Farewell.
Tell me more about your...
Yeah, that's me. I'm Malka.
Okay.
Walk with virtue.
Well done.
Thank you again for your help.
Sure. Well, before we go report back to the sister, I want to look through the rest of the egg mine. Maybe there's something cool in here. There may be nothing. Ooh, bloat spore. Okay. Sure. Let me do a quick save just in case. Oh, there's a fish. Yeah, I think we got them all. Sure. Okay. Also, us going in and out of the door into an interior may be enough to get him to move back over to the ancestral tomb. Part of me is very curious as to what would happen if you just offered them both a potion and then left. Right? You just CV the hell out of there. What is Tana? Whoa, restore fatigue and magicka, a 2-in-1? Holy hell. I mean, it doesn't restore your health, unfortunately, but man, this is like Morrowind's version of, I don't even know, fucking aloe vera. Okay. Oh, there's a living crab here. Living no longer. Oh, hey. His shoes. Wow. Wow. The fucking detail, baby. The fucking detail where he got out. And it's pointed, of course, right where he went. And also, as well, not just having, you know, the shoes pointed there, but crucially, to sort of catch your eye, it's both framed by the environment from the vantage point of the shoes, which is also by the slope near the gourd. But also, not only using framing as a way to sort of frame the area around the cave so that way you see it, but it's got this little plant here that's very red, and crucially the temple dome, so it really pops at night. Dude, I'm loving the thought that went into this shit. This was very well done. Okay.
You're a lot more refined than most of the travelers I've met.
Anything else? No, I don't think so. Can I ask you about... Okay. Let's head on in here. check with them again. Maybe they left and moved on. Nope, they're still here. Hello.
I'm never too busy.
Oh, wait, what if I go get his shoes for him? Oh my gosh, what if I go get his, what if I actually get his shoes and bring them back to him? What if there's reactivity? No way. No way. That would be going fucking above and beyond. Right? If there was actually like, yeah, here, I got your shoes. I think these belong to you, my friend. Right? There's no way. That would be truly unexpected. Okay, over here. Hello.
I made it back here safely, and all thanks to you.
Holy shit. They fucking done it. They have fucking done it, man. They have fucking delivered the goods. Oh my god. I was saying, I was like, I literally didn't think anything would happen. I thought it would just be for like set dressing and like, you know, for directing the player. But there's actually fucking reactivity to bringing him the shoes. Oh my god. Holy shit, that is so fucking dope. All right.
Yes, that's me.
Here are your shoes.
Oh, thank you. I took them off before the troll jumped me, and in all the excitement, I forgot all about them.
Amazing.
We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Well, and he even equips them. Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Now, what do you have to say,
Welcome,
Milas?
Outlander.
As you can see, my brother made it back in one piece. He tells me he has you to thank for that, Lyle Schnub. He has already told me several times, in fact. Help the Pilgrims? I can't believe that idiot got jumped by a troll and decided the best course of action was to run into the damned nest. If he'd been disemboweled and eaten, he'd have nobody to blame but himself. Ladies' mercy, I'm glad he wasn't disemboweled and eaten. Thank you for getting him out of there. Here, take this gem. I wanted to leave it as an offering in the tomb, but I'm sure my ancestors agree that it is a fitting reward for the man who saved their progeny. Help the Pilgrims? You've already helped me and my brother a lot, Lyle Schnub. I won't forget what you've done for us, Sarah. And not just because my brother is never going to shut up about his harrowing ordeal in the troll cave. What about him? As you can see, he is safe and sound, and won't stop going on about how a horde of trolls almost ripped him in half, and a brave servant of Almsevi saved him while his sister did nothing. Okay, cool. Can I, do a little something here? Oh yeah, give me my magicka back. Perfect. Alright, let's do a quick save. Let's see. Do you think there'll be any reactivity from me going in here and like fucking up her... her everything in this place? Hang on, let's see. Let me get hammer. And let's get a probe. Oh, shit. Beautiful. And over here. Skeleton warrior. Great. Witch steel dagger. Whoa, witch steel? What is this? Okay. A locked door. A tray. Urns filled with bone meal. The doors of the spirit. Oh shit, one of these dickheads. Okay, we're fine. This goes back to the main center room. Alright. Then I need another pick at the ready here. Putting an archer down there, huh? And the charging spooky ghost. Uh-oh. Dude, I'm annihilating shit with this spear. Okay. Anything else? Arrow of Wasting Viper. Dire Flame Arrow. Okay. League Step. Over here. Oh shit, there's a Greater Bone Walker. Whew. Thank goodness they haven't come up with a new one of those. Maybe they have. Maybe they do exist. Okay. Let's see. Down here. Damn, her family tomb is huge. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of wild permutations for this quest, right? Not only if we just gave them potions, but also if, right, what if the brother died? Skeleton Champion. What's in here? Iron Spear. There is something magical here. But what? Is it one of these spears? No. Is it? Oh yeah, Iron Flame Skewer. Wow, the enchant on it is so tough to see. This whole little quest and area is so lovingly crafted. They even got a secret enchanted item there. Look, see the enchant of it? Because it's a fiery enchant, it blends in so well because of the, like, natural flickering of the light. Man! Okay. Dude, this little quest is ranking among one of my faves. It's gotta be said. This is up there with the Andothran Thieves Guild arc, which I also really fucking loved. Okay. Oh shit, look at this. Unfortunately, you know, if they get mad at me, I am willing to reload. I am willing to reload all of this. If there's actual reactivity to, like, why did you just go through all of our shit? Uh-oh, Super Ghost. Nothing my souped up spear cannot defeat. Doors of the Spirit again. An Iron Shard Cleaver. I need it not. Okay, let's pop this open with the pick. Nothing in here. Down this way. Vintage brandy. Sure. Okay. All of those enchanted items on the ground are from the skeleton arrows, I believe. Oh, there's a souped up Bone Lord Master in here. Oh no, it's just a standard one. Never mind. Great. Vivek and Mephala. 5 bone meal in 1. I will munch them. Racer plume. Okay. Fantastic. Let's get out of here. Okay.
May
Hello.
you find me worthy.
I made it back here safely, and all thanks to you.
How wonderful. Welcome,
Okay.
Outlander.
You brought my brother back. I'm starting to wish you hadn't. Okay. Great. Sure, so we are free to explore the tomb. Which, you know what, in thinking about it, it's probably for the best. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, right? You probably wouldn't want reactivity for that. Because imagine a world in which you had already been here to this tomb and entered. Right? There's a decent chance because it's so inviting anyway, if you're walking along Velos Path for any reason. You go up and you clear it out. You wouldn't want it to be retroactive to where they get mad at you and they're like, well, you're the player character. Obviously, it was you. And it was. Right? Obviously, it was you who cleared it out. Thanks, asshole. This is my family's burial site. They're in my familial ancestral tomb. We were here for my great-great-grandmother. Alright. Let's head on over back to the temple. Okay. Dude, the Hlan Owick Tribunal Temple has been quite the pleasant surprise. I'm not saying we saved the best for last, but it's sure fucking feeling that way. Okay, up and over here. Good. Oh shit, look. I just instinctively went to the governor's mansion. Without even thinking about it. Oh, look at you and your blue torch, or your blue paper lantern. Okay. Well.
A warm welcome to you.
Nivis Sarathrin, I've done it.
It is our duty to help the pilgrims who walk our stretch of Velos Path. Have you distributed the potions I've given to you?
I sure have.
You did well, disciple. Those trolls can pull a Mur's head from his shoulders. Malko Raren is lucky to be alive, and he has you to thank. And you managed to hand out all of the potions I gave you. You have truly gone above and beyond the expectations of your duties. Take this staff and these scrolls as a reward, and 3 more potions for your personal use. I have some more urgent duties for you.
Okay. Wooden Staff of Mercy. Oh, I love that it's a wooden staff, too. Okay. Sure. More urgent duties. Tell me more about the Pilgrims.
You're an asset to this temple, disciple.
Okay, what are the duties?
A member, or I should say former member of the Kamonatong, has come to our temple claiming sanctuary. This puts us in quite a predicament.
Okay, claiming sanctuary?
The young man's name is Gethys Raviro, and he claims that he has been paid by the Kamonatong to carry skooma shipments over land on their behalf. By his own admission, he completed several of those deliveries over the past months, but now his guilty conscience has gotten the better of him, and he has destroyed his latest shipment. Fearing the reprisal that was sure to come, he came straight to our temple and surrendered himself to our judgment. I've told him to shelter on the bottom floor for now.
Okay.
Make no mistake, the fact that he has completed just one delivery of this vile substance means he has broken the law, and it is my duty to see him face justice for it. But let me not mince words here. Handing him over to the Hlan Owick garrison is the same as handing him to the Kamonatong. Gethys has invoked the temple's protection and confessed his crimes, and so he needs to be tried in Almasthir. Unfortunately, I have no doubts that his former employers have learned about what he has done by now. If they have, I fear his life is forfeit the moment he sets foot outside the temple. I can't let this happen to someone who is claiming sanctuary here. Go downstairs and speak with Gethys Raviro, disciple. Maybe he can offer us some insights on how to resolve this predicament. Don't harm him, but don't let him walk free either. He needs to face justice in Almasir.
Man, once again, some good juicy shit. Ooh, this is good. All right, claiming sanctuary.
Have you talked to Gethys Raviro yet? He is on the bottom floor of this temple. We can keep him here for now, but this situation needs to be resolved.
Okay. Well, let's go speak with him real fast. He's at the bottom floor. Okay, over here. God, I love that there's a quest where it's two unlikely factions are interacting like this too. You know? Right? It's such a fun what if scenario where it's like, yeah, what if the Tribunal Temple did butt heads with the Kamana Tong in some form or another? You know? All right.
May
Renvis
you find
Lindarin.
me worthy of your attention.
Let's see. Well, is it actually you? It wasn't Renvis, was it? Yeah, it's Gethys Raviro. Is he hiding around one of these? Yeah, okay.
Talk if you're talking.
Are you here to help me, Sarah?
Something like that. Okay. I heard you're claiming sanctuary here?
Yes, Sarah. I confess to my participation in the smuggling of skooma by the Kamana Tong, but I have cut all ties with them when I dumped their latest shipment into that swamp. I don't want to live the life of a drug smuggler anymore. I humbly request the protection of the Tribunal Temple so that my case be heard and my guilt be judged by the devotees of Almsivi, not the Kamana Tong and their thugs.
Who do I need to convince to let you be escorted to Almasthir? Why did you change your mind? What did you do for the Kamana Tong? Where's the skooma you dumped? Uh-oh, maybe I already drank all of the skooma. Okay. I may have already drank all of it. Who do I need to convince to let you be escorted to Almasthir? Actually, no. Let me ask you, why did you change your mind first?
Because I saw the result of my actions. They told me that the skooma they were selling just went to crazed cats, foreign imbeciles, and Dunma too weak-willed to fight for our country. But there are only so many young mer, destitute or dead in a ditch, you can see before you realize that it's a lie. They say they are making money by harming our enemies, but only the first part is true. They are making money by harming our people.
Okay. What did you do for the Kamana Tong?
Take packages of skooma and bring them from one shady warehouse or inn to the next, on foot, under the guise of a simple itinerant worker, so census agents or toll mer would not bother me, like they do bigger shipments on carts or boats. In return, I got pouches full of coins and the assurance that I was helping to fight to drive the foreign invaders out of Resdain. I don't possess any evidence on the Kamana Tong that I can bargain with. They made sure of that.
Okay. Where is the skooma you dumped?
If you thought about retrieving it, I'll have to disappoint you. I opened the bottles and poured the contents into a swamp. You might find some empty vials, but I can promise you the skooma is gone.
Have I seen the vials before? Maybe I have. Maybe I've legit seen those empty vials. Okay. Who do I need to convince to let you be escorted to Almasthir?
I've never met him personally, but I know that Loden Dadris has the final say in all Kamana Tong matters in this town. If he has marked me for death, I won't make it out of the walls. If he has consented to letting me be taken to Almasthir, none of his thugs will lay a finger on me. I don't know what you could offer him, but I hear that he is a pragmatist, and maybe he is willing to agree to a trade. He knows that I have no evidence on him and his group anyway.
Okay, no more questions for now.
Please, help me, Sarah. I only want to survive, and to know that no honest Dunmer is ever again harmed by the skooma I helped smuggle.
Okay, claiming sanctuary. Oh, same as before. No more questions. How about Loden Dodris, the person who you said had the final say in it all?
I believe you can find him in the council club here in Hlan. My role in the operation wasn't important enough to ever meet him face to face.
I've met him face to face, haven't I? Not in an officious capacity, but I've seen him. I've talked to him. Tell me more about skooma.
I am fortunate to have never given in to the temptation of trying it myself. Now that I've seen what it does, I can promise you that I never will.
Okay, very well.
May you find
You have anything to say?
worthy of your
No,
attention.
okay, fair enough. We can maybe get a quick debrief with Nivis. Oh, wrong way around. Okay, there we are. Hello,
May
Nivis.
you find me worthy of your attention.
Claiming sanctuary.
Gethys Revero claiming sanctuary in our temple puts us in a very unfortunate situation. I hope you are working on resolving it, disciple.
Okay. Oh, maybe Nivis has an idea for convincing Loden. Okay. Claiming sanctuary.
Gethys told you to negotiate with Loden Dadris. Very well. I entrust that responsibility to you, disciple Lyle Schnub. I know he can be found in the Hlan Council Club.
What more do you know of him?
Gethys Revero says that you need to...
What kind of a surname is Revero, too? Revero sounds so not Dunmeri in the first place. Right? Doesn't that sound very not Dunmeri? What does Revero even sound like? Not Dunmer. No? Am I mistaken? Gethys does. Man, I would love like such a great irony as well that ultimately this guy somewhere down his lineage he's not fully Dunmer too. You know? Okay.
Gethys Revero says that you need to negotiate with Loden Dadris. I'm sure you can find him in the council club. Be careful, disciple. He is not one of the most powerful Mer in Hlan. He is not only one of the most powerful Mer in Hlan, he is also a long-standing patron of our temple. Show him the utmost deference. I hope you can make him understand that we are obliged to conduct Gethys to Elmasthir for trial.
Yeah, they're in such a peculiar position for real. I forgot about that he's their biggest donator. Which of course they are. Oh man, okay. All right. Well, I think we'll call it here for now, right? And when next we return, we will continue on with the frankly surprisingly dope as hell Hlan Temple quest arc. Oh my gosh, I very much enjoyed it. And at the very least, that last quest was astoundingly cool, right? There was so much to it that was so fantastically well done. Anyway, for now, however, if you'd like to stick around, contrary to what we have been doing, we are going to read, let's see, Varieties of Thought, Volume 2, right? Which I am quite dubious of, right? Admittedly, I am a little bit dubious of it. I don't know if I'm a fan, right? All right. However, real quick, if you'll excuse me, I am going to take a quick drink. Apologies. All right, sorry about that. Varieties of Thought, Volume 2. It's about medium length. Varieties of Thought, Volume 2. The Empire claims that all the different gods are the same. I, of course, do understand the need of religion and the reasons why the Empire claims all the gods to be the same, 8 divines as they are called. But the question still stands. How do we know that the beings we call gods are truly gods? I know that the Dunmer from Morrowind claim that their gods, the Tribunal, live and walk among them. But concerning these, I would rather say that the Tribunal is 3 Dunmer magicians who somehow obtained immortality through profane methods, like the dissident priests claim. Wow, you know of the dissident priests? I guess if you're studied in this, in theology, right? Surely, especially theology with regards to refuting theology. But aside from them, how do we know that the other beings we call gods are true gods at all? The priests tell us to believe, but this I cannot do, since I'm bound to use my reason and logic. So where is proof that the gods really are gods? Some say that magic originates from the gods, but you could also say that magic is just a certain kind of energy, and everything is just as logical and clear as the laws of nature. Only that we, until now, cannot explain how magic functions from a scientific point of view. Perhaps that is the reason why we invented the definition, gods, in order to explain things we do not understand, in order to look up to something greater than we are. I knew very soon that I could not find the answer here or there, so I began to look elsewhere and my thoughts wandered. By doing this, I began to think about the problem, why people do think that gods exist, and finally arrived at this question. How do we know anything? How do we gain knowledge? Oh man, the wise and most other people would answer to this. We look at an object, observe it, etc., and then come to a conclusion. But as I began to think, I came to a different understanding. So I claim that it is different. It is just the other way round. The first question is, how can we trust our own senses? Do they not trick us? How do we actually know that anything exists out there? Or do we live in a dream? The answer is quite simple. We do not know. We cannot trust our senses. They are not fit to give us any true knowledge about anything. They give a commonly known example. To give a commonly known example, magic. By using magic, you can change the appearance of an object and hide its true nature. So how do we know that reality is not just a great spell of the gods to hide the truth from us? We're getting close to like deep Elder Scrolls lore, shit regarding like the Godhead, But what of our mind? Well, there it is also quite simple. Every person has different opinions, different feelings, and more. We're actually bound to think in certain patterns. Without these patterns of thinking, we couldn't gain any knowledge. Of course, we do not know yet if this knowledge is true at all. Okay. We gain information from our senses. Our mind has to bring order into this. Because of that, we think in patterns of space and time, but we do not know if those two things really exist. Maybe the gods are playing some kind of trick on us. Then we also think of patterns of causality and identity. How do we know that a certain cause is followed by a certain effect? Or that a certain effect has a certain cause? How do we recognize something and know that it is the same? Both are inside our minds, and we think in these patterns without knowing about their truth. We just accept that they are true. Man, this is... Man. It's going so far up its own ass again, huh? I really don't enjoy it a lot, right? I don't know. The easiest answer is one that I've said many a time before when we're doing like quests for a religious faction in this game or any game, right? It comes down to quite literally faith, right? That's why it's called faith, because you have to have some measure of faith in it. You know, it requires belief and faith in that doctrine, in that dogma or whatever, right? It seems, therefore, that every person not only has an individual view of the world, but more, nobody knows if his view is correct or not. The conclusion is, of course, that we cannot gain any real knowledge of our own world, of which we can be certain of. This means that the beings we call gods might not be gods at all. It means that those beings might not even exist, or that our reality is not true. We have to believe or not believe. We will never know. Yeah. Okay. I mean, but also, you must also go on to question, what is a god? Which, oh, you know what? I just scanned ahead a little bit. Yeah, what is a god anyway? Right? And if questions like that interest you, how about another recommendation for something else we played on this channel? Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, right? What is a god anyway? You know? May I interest you in a little bit of Pillars of Eternity, right? A fantastic CRPG of 2, right? And they get into a bit more with Avowed, but really that's the main focal point of Pillars 1 and 2. And my god, they also do that very well. Anyway, the problem is, when we cannot be sure of our own reality, what should we believe then? I think it is not possible for us to think something else than our present reality, so we must stick with it. But we know now that we can question reality, and this leads to the conclusion that we can also question our gods. As you might remember, dear reader, I first asked the question if the gods truly are gods. We know that those beings do exist, of course, only when we assume our reality to be true, and that they live in oblivion. But are they gods? What is a god anyway? How is a god defined? By immortality? By powers which are greater than ours? I have a different approach to the problem. A god is a being which is absolutely perfect, a being not bound to anything at all. Now let us see if our gods fit into this category. But why would you decide to define it as that when there are definitely, right? There are definitely people who have gods that, right, that aren't perfect in that sense, right? Specifically in Elder Scrolls land, you know? There are gods who fall prey to different things or make mistakes, and that mistake is a bit of a lesson. You know, specifically, like, there's tons of that here in Morrowind, right? There's tons of, like, Vivek going around and like, having a teaching moment, you know? Just as well, there's tons of, like, just straight-up propaganda where it's, like, very simple propaganda. It's like, Vivek isn't even having, like, a learning moment or whatever. Vivek is just telling you, this is the right thing to do, right? Anyway. Now let us see if our gods fit into this category. The gods live in oblivion. This is a place in another dimension which we think to be divine. And here is the first flaw of our gods. They actually are bound to a place. By my definition, God cannot be bound to anything, and certainly not to any location. Well, yeah, but that's just like your own definition, man. Right? You're making up your own rules and then saying that, oh, you've broken the own rules, which I have made up. Come on. It's tough to nail down when it comes to something that requires, like we had already established, faith. You know? It is, a lot of it goes on faith. Man, I sound like I in real life am very, like, a religious person, and I'm not. I'm not. I appreciate it, right? I appreciate the idea of religion, and the, like, you know, just like in Morrowind, there's plenty of people who can wield it for good and can be like very welcoming and kindly to all sorts of people, right? And similarly, there are people who wield like religion and faith for very nefarious purposes, or at the very least, purposes of self-gain and self-interest and greed, you know? Now, some would answer me that our gods have powers beyond our imagination. Yes, this might be true in our world. In our world, the gods are powerful. But what is in their own world? And even in our world, we can destroy, and even in our world, we can destroy the gods, or at least their bodies when they take physical form. It is even possible to summon lesser divine spirits. When my definition of God is true, then our gods cannot be gods at all, since they are not perfect. We can never have a little amount of control over them, and we can have a little amount of control over them, and we can even destroy them when they enter our world. This leads me to the conclusion that there must be something higher and more divine than our gods, which are not gods at all, as we just noticed. As we just noticed. Duh. As we just noticed. So, something which is even more powerful than interesting choice of vowel in your then. If we're getting a little pedantic, author, whoever wrote this mysterious theological investigator, all right, who is definitely not a self-insert. Okay. Something which is even more powerful than themselves, and which has also created them. This being alone deserves the title of God, even when we cannot experience it. Right, they're referring to like the Godhead, which, you know, on a metatextual level, as we've talked about before in the past, is kind of like a stand-in for like the video game development team. You know, they are the Godhead effectively. It is probably too divine to meddle in the affairs of mortals like ourselves, and has created the beings we call gods in order to do that. My conclusion may seem heretic to some. They will seem heretic to the priests, of that I am sure. But I can assure you that it is not my plan to destroy religion. The beings we call gods are divine, because they were created by God. This of course leads us to the conclusion that we are also divine, at least to a part. That is the reason why I think magic exists. Something divine came on us from God when we were created. Magic must be the divine energy, which we cannot explain at the moment. I also want to point out that I am not the first one having these thoughts. The Altmer philosopher Arundel and the Dwemer philosopher Barik would agree with me, if they were still living. Are these real characters in Elder Scrolls lore? Perhaps in Redguard or something like that? The Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard? Could it be? I do think that this Volume 2 is an improvement over Volume 1, which I found detestable to a very high degree. It does still suffer from some of the same problems, like the author kind of going up their own ass, and it's seeming very much like they're just describing their own thoughts of religion, and then eventually at the end they're just like, but of course I'm going to tie it back to the video game. Right? I don't know. I still do not quite enjoy it, though. Like I said, I think it's better at conveying its thoughts compared to Volume 1, but it's still rough around the edges, right? it still suffers from that sort of Reddit atheist vibe, which I say as someone who I will go ahead and say I am agnostic. I'm an agnostic person in real life, but man, this is rough. This is rough. I don't know, man. I maybe also it's just especially rubbing me the wrong way. Right? Maybe we need to take a step back and a little bit like analyze what's going on with my own psyche and self and recognize maybe I'm so against this because I am also going through a religious quest arc in the game, which I think is very well written, which I'm really enjoying the writing of. And just like the design of from like a gameplay perspective, you know, like from like branching dialogue and like reactivity and that in a gamic sense. And this book, which is kind of the antithesis of it, not exactly, but roughly, it refutes, you know, the idea of faith in the Elder Scrolls, of course. But it's I don't like it. I don't enjoy the writing of it, right? I think it's going up its own butt a lot, right? I don't think it's as eloquent as it thinks it is, right? Right? Like it seems it's very edgy teen. I don't know. It's very like it's very kid who was raised in a religious family and is rebelling against that, right? And which is fine to do, right? Is fine to do, right? Which I'm not going to go out of my way and be like, yeah, you're wrong to do that. But this is here handled very poorly with not a good like a deft touch. You know, we give a pass to kids like that for obvious reasons, you know? But when you create like I don't know, like a work of fiction or like even like an analytical thesis in this sense, I feel like you need something more, right? It needs to be handled with, like I said, a more deft touch. It needs to be a little bit more eloquent. I don't know. It's a tough read. But I have to say, I do kind of like picking at it. I do kind of like it in that sense. I feel like the saving grace for this could still save itself, right? It could still save itself with Volume 3 by sort of pulling back a bit more, you know? Like, pulling back in the same way that all good Elder Scrolls fiction does, and sort of being like, and sort of reiterating that indeed this is written by a character in the game world. You know, this is someone representing some sort of institution that is examining this, right? The only issue with that so far, why it doesn't feel like that, and why this feels like it was just written by someone who just wanted to say this shit and be like, yeah, religion, huh? Upvotes on the left, right? Thanks for the Reddit gold, kind stranger. You know, and you with some of that. The main reason why it feels like that, and unlike other Elder Scrolls lore, which does take a finer touch, and it's like the author who physically writes it into the game takes a step back, and they're like, okay, this was written by an in-game character expressing their worldview. They exist very much within this living world, within this living fiction, this body of work. And this is their perspective of it, right? They belong to an institution that reasonably does exist, or you have seen while playing the video game that it exists, right? But here there are so many exceptions to how that normally works, right? Like the way in which, if I were to like be an editor and like address this, the easiest thing you can do is like say who this is by, you know? And even that may not be enough for some folks, but at least it's an attempt, right? To make the writer be more obvious of a character, right? The writer doesn't feel as so much like a character as they are part of the book itself, right? Part of the idea. They don't feel like a character, right? That's what's necessary, is to do more to make the person who is speaking here in first person in this text, make them seem like their own character. Because so far, up to Volume 2, they have kind of failed to do that, where other Elder Scrolls books do succeed. And I think another big issue of it is that it is so counter to a lot of pre-existing Elder Scrolls lore, right? It is going so much against the grain so as to challenge not just one specific faith. It's not just the dissident priests challenging the tribunal temple and doing right. I think that's another thing that makes this tough to swallow, is because the dissident priests are handled so fucking well in the core game, right? They're handled so incredibly well as a group of, well, dissidents who are challenging like a theological system of belief, right? It's done so carefully and so well. And this is trying to do that, but it's just not, right? But yeah, the one of the issues is that it's not just going for the tribunal temple. It's going for everything. It's going for all belief systems in the entirety of the Elder Scrolls, right? I think maybe you could get it across by just narrowing it down to one and using, you know, like the tribunal temple as like your proof, you know, as sort of your example, your anecdote, if you will. But they haven't, right? They're trying to go for something all-encompassing, which, like I said, to reiterate, makes it seem like they're gunning for real-world religion. And they're not doing it that well, right? Which I will say, I'm all for. I'm all for exploring that, but you got to be very deft with it to not come off, like I said, in this sort of, unfortunately, kind of like Reddit atheist kind of way, right? I don't know. It's just rough, but they could save it. They could save the whole damn thing in Volume 3 by taking a step back, but I don't know how you would pull it off. I think you would need a feat. You'd need to pull off a miracle that, so far, like the prose and writing here in Volumes 1 and 2, I don't think that they're capable of it, you know? And I don't think so, right? But you know, the easiest course of action, like I was about to say, if I were editing, I would say, like, written by so-and-so character, right? And you could, throughout this, cut back on some of the, like, redundancies and all of that. You know, like, which are not gods at all, as we just noticed, right? Which reads as a little condescending to the reader. But go back and say, like, present it as, I don't know, almost like a journal, right? Where you're consulting other researchers who are members of your institutions, right? Which, once again, is another problem with this, because it reads as just being, and I can't remember if it confirmed this in Volume 1 or not, it reads as just being one person who is like, I'm going to fucking put pen to paper, and fire will spread from my words because I'm spitting fire, baby. I'm giving it to them. I'm taking them all down. What the fuck? I don't know. We'll see how it works out in Volume 3. Right? I mean, at the very least, it's no Fool's Ebony. This and Fool's Ebony are two different kinds of bad. I think Fool's Ebony was just a nightmare of like the prose was so god awful in Fool's Ebony, right? That was so rough. This is written, right? Varieties of thought. This sounds so insulting coming from me. This sounds so cruel and condescending. This makes me sound like such a prick, right? This is why I worry about like reviewing mods and stuff because of shit like this. And now I can't fucking stop myself. But this reads like such a pseudo. This reads like such pseudo intellectualism, you know? Like it reads like someone who thinks that they're really onto some hot shit. But they kind of failed to do it. They kind of failed to get there and bring it home. Anyway. Like I said, we'll wait. We'll see. Maybe Volume 3 saves the whole damn thing. And we're like, oh my gosh, it's a miracle. We should have read them Volume 1 through 3 all together, right? Maybe you'll get there. All right. Until next time, please take care of each other.